Hello! Our setup is a little janky this week. We are on the cell phone, which worked better last week because then if the internet drops, ooh, it's very nice.
Rubber bands holding it all together.
Yes, we've got 3 rubber bands because our we had a little tripod and it broke. So now we are 3 rubber bands to a thing, and it's a little janky, but what are you gonna do?
A little bit janky.
We are where we are.
Essence of janky.
Yeah, which
Highest
is cool.
level janky.
Yeah,
Yeah. 3 rubber bands and a tripod.
but they're like real rubber bands that we like bought.
As
Like
opposed to fake rubber bands?
no, as opposed to like the rubber bands that come around asparagus that we used most of last flower farming season. That would increase our jank at least one level.
Jank.
Jank. Hello, Field Family Farm. How are you?
How you guys doing?
So, our plan hello, Copper Kettle Farms. Thank you for coming. Our plan is to talk about chickens this week,
Bok bok.
but not walk talk because that's
No, that's
taken.
oh yeah.
Very, very clever, and we like. So, oh, and hi, puppy.
Ready to chat about the chickens? That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Pebbles is ready also.
So I think last week we mentioned.
Hey Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Robin Bilby.
So for 2 weeks we've had I am Samani eggs. Oh no, buffering already.
I think it may just be you.
Or it may be us.
Yeah.
Moonlight Hill Family Farm. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Farming Life Australia. How cool.
Is it like super early in the morning there?
Yeah,
or
what time is
late
it?
at night? Anyway.
Oh good, Copper, glad we're back from buffering. I need to get a toy for the puppy to not bite me.
Okay.
So, and I'm
So
gonna
for those of you who saw our last live, we ended up naming the dog Pebbles. So this is Pebbles. Ow!
Wanna come inside?
She is much bigger now and trying to get along with the other dogs, but it's working. Here's Peanut.
Pepper, why don't you go upstairs?
Yeah. So we have what do we have? 17 I am Samani eggs and our incubator that we're working on getting incubated. And what we're thinking about starting a
Sorry.
small breeding program and selling hatching eggs. So
Hatching eggs, or if people are local, little baby chicks.
little baby
right?
chicks. Yeah, we're not into shipping chicks.
10:02 a.m.
Wow.
on 12/2 though, right? Not 11/2, unless Australia's in a really different time zone.
A month behind. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the plan. So we're trying to come up with a breeding program or like a chicken program.
Yeah.
Because we've been trying to sell eating eggs for the past
3 years.
3
Yeah.
years.
And it's done really well. We've a lot of the times never have enough eggs to satisfy the demand.
Right. Yeah.
But-
The problem with the eating eggs operation is not that we can't sell the eggs. It's
Right.
that we don't have enough eggs to sell.
Right. Like we could get 1,000 chickens and we would not have enough.
Yeah. Or just be able to sell them all.
Right.
Yeah. So
So we're looking to maybe
rehome a puppy.
rehome a few chickens and build out some new coops and set up
Like
2
honeymoon suites.
Right. So we would have like 2 or 3 different, or maybe up to 5. We'll see. Separate coops where they are, strictly in by breed, and we will work on getting some fertilized hatching eggs and possibly sending those out. All that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. We, I think we got the I am Samanis just as like a
Test.
yeah, and because I've always been interested with them because they're like black metal chickens and damn. So I always thought that was kind of cool. But I think it would also be kind of cool to try something different. Like Kat said, we've been selling eating eggs for the past 3 years, and thought it might be cool to try something a little different and sell hatching eggs.
So, and this past basically year, since we got, when did I get that first incubator?
I think like a year ago.
Chickenlandia, our hero.
Oh.
Hello. We watched your whole walk talk the other day.
We did. I think
But
that
sorry, we missed you live. I don't know. It's so hard to catch people live, Metal Chickens. Yeah, but anyway, we watched the whole thing. Thought it was very informative. Okay,
Indeed.
so anyway, we got our first incubator maybe like about a year ago now.
Yeah, something like that.
And we incubated chickens, and then when we went to sell the chicks, we found that many people, because the way that our like eating egg operation is now is it's just like a mixed bag, grab bag. We have probably 15 different breeds of chickens out back.
Yeah, if not more.
It's just like a whole menagerie of, lots of fun feathers. We
Right.
have colorful egg basket, and that's what we like. Like whenever I'm buying things, I'm like, oh, a bargain mixed bag, I'll
Right.
take it. So like, when they do like the brown egg layer assortment, white egg layer assortment, I've bought all of them, and now bought. And now we just have what we have. I did the same thing with the dahlias. Like, oh, mixed bag for a
Yeah.
discount, I'll take it. So that's sort of like my MO, but we found that when we were selling chicks hatched out of our eating egg, people were like, not interested, basically.
Yeah, this is Peanut.
All peanuts.
She's going to be 3 years old, I think, in February.
She's a baby.
But yeah. But so also, part of what happened is we rescued this rooster, and if you've watched any of our chicken videos, I'm sure you've seen Norman, who's this big old frizzled rooster. When we first got him, he was in a coop with like 4 other roosters, and he was a little bit low on the totem pole, so his whole chest had no feathers, and he was red everywhere. And now it's just him and like 30 ladies, so he's
living his best.
He's doing
so
just
that's
fine.
the other reason we can't really sell hatching eggs out of Norman's coop, because
fertility rate is really low.
Right.
He's got too many ladies to keep it consistent. Even though he does have several favorites, we'll
Right.
say, because very similar colors keep coming out of those eggs.
right.
But he is an awesome rooster.
He's so nice.
Yeah, because I've chickens sat for other people, and they have the type of rooster where it's like you let the chickens out in the
And then you
morning
run.
and then you run away, and then you lock them up at night and you run away.
And we've also had roosters here who start their alarm clocking at like 3 a.m.
Right.
And we're like, bro,
There's only so many of those you can take.
so many 3 a.m. mornings.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so like Catherine said, it's tough to sell chicks that way because it's such a mixed bag. We
Right.
can't guarantee anything. We don't even know if it's going to be a frizzle for like the next couple weeks after it hatched. So we're looking at doing a little bit more enclosed or like a closed loop breeding wise, so that we can say yes, this is going to be I am
Right.
Samani eggs or hatching eggs, and there's only 3 or 6 hens to a rooster, so making sure that they are as fertile as possible, and we'll kind of go from there.
Farming Life Australia, you said that you have baby chicks. It's summer there though, right? Is that how Australia works? Or-
Getting to be summer, I think. Yeah.
So we're in like winter. I had to wear my winter coat for the first time, and it was a tragedy.
Yeah, it started snowing today a little
Yeah, so we're sort of hatching out of season right now, but our kind of hope is that by this spring we'll have these I am Samanis like laying possibly.
bit. Right. So that like by the spring we would have some fertile hatching egg.
Right, it's all we'll see.
Just did a reconnecting. Hopefully we're all.
We're getting our second snow of the year.
Yeah.
We had one snowstorm, but getting some French kisses. That's nice.
I think I saw Even Sparrow. Yeah, there's Even Sparrow.
Oh, hello. How are
Hey,
you?
Yeah.
Back to the bottom.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
buffering. It might be us. Sorry. We're
Yeah.
gonna do our best to get through this. We have terrible internet service.
Terrible. But I think we're back on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're back on. So yeah.
Is it Dahlia or Dahlia? Dahlia? Chickenlandia. Sorry. We have 3 doggos. I think
Oh, TNS.
the grumpy lady. Oh, hi TNS. How are you?
Do you want this one?
Yeah, I know. We'll mail it to you.
Dahlia like the flower.
Dahlia like the flower. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, free puppy to good home.
Bye. But you know what? So we used to like. Here, do you need something?
Yeah.
We used to never, ever, ever, ever 5 dogs. That is a lot of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But what's one more when you already have 5?
Exactly.
Just circle right in. But we used to never free range our chickens because.
Well, because we had in the past.
Right, we
With
did.
negative results.
And then we would have predator problems. And then we got dogs. So anyway, chickens were held in their runs, which were, plenty big enough. But we just like one day we were just like, let's try the chickens out. And the dogs were so good, they barely chased them. And like now we can have everybody outside all together.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Right.
Because they definitely, the chickens definitely enjoy it.
And I enjoy it too.
Yeah. It's nice to see them all out
Right.
and about.
Ooh, little chicken murdering dogs. I think even the sparrow has, you guys have 2 dogs, right? And they're not chicken,
Yeah,
chicken
we
friendly
did not
dogs.
get hunting dogs. We got big, stupid galoofs, which is...
I thought they were for hunting wild boar.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right.
Right, I can't see these things hunting a leaf.
4 pounds of dog. So the puppy, when we got her when she was 8 weeks old, she weighed 15 pounds at 8 weeks old. So funny.
Leaves 4 pounds of dog coiled up in the lawn every day.
Okay. So the next thing we were talking about is the vote of people's favorite breed.
Yeah, so we posted a couple of different.
Hi, Organic Raw Roots Farm. How are you?
We posted a couple of different posts in a couple of Facebook groups. One, CT Chicken Chatter, which is like people in Connecticut where we live talking about chickens, and one in Friends of Roots and Refuge Farm about.
And on our Instagram. And I think Field Family Farm. Were you the only person who answered? Thank you.
Yeah, and just to see like what people thought their their favorite chicken
Right.
breeds were, and we were going to use that as kind of like a measure to see what if we were going to start this breeding program, maybe see what people wanted. And so like it was odd to see like the difference
Right.
in
So in the
different groups.
in the CT Chicken Chatter, I made like a spreadsheet, though I'm not a very good spreadsheet maker. So I should have separated like CT Chicken Chatter and votes and then Roots and Refuge. But the thing that I thought was so interesting was how different
In each group,
in
the
each
votes
group
were.
the votes were, but maybe people were influenced by
other.
each other. Yeah, maybe as people were like reading the comments, like Rhode Island Reds. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
good birds. But
'Cause
they were so different.
Right, because there was, but then it was also like so everybody liked
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
liked silkies.
Right.
Everybody liked silkies, and then everybody also liked Rhode Island Reds.
In Friends of Roots and Refuge, people liked Rhode Island Reds, but I think
Right.
they only got like 1 vote in CT Chicken Chatter.
Right, and and we also like I always thought people liked Rhode Island Reds, and then we ended up when we were selling some
Hens.
pullets, some younger hens this year. Everybody liked Barred Rocks.
Right. And then like I think only between the two, I think only like 2 or 3 people voted for Barred Rocks, which
Right.
was surprising because every time we were gonna like had a few people out to the farm to pick out some hens
Right.
that they wanted, every single person was like, well,
Barred
I
Rock?
definitely want a Barred
Barred
Rock.
Rock.
Right.
Barred Rock.
And I saw somebody said Brahmas. We had some Brahmas, but that was another one that like people were like, ooh, nice fluffy butts, like those.
Yeah. Well, we had the big buff Brahma
Right.
that was
Yeah.
people liked, and yeah. Also, I saw even
Jerks of Rhode Island Reds. I thought they're supposed to be so friendly.
all of our we don't have any jerks.
I know.
Well, actually, we have
The
one
lavender.
Lavender Orpington
Who's a
who is an
jerk.
asshole.
Beep.
Beep. With that chicken, mainly when it's sitting in the nesting
Yeah.
box on like 12 eggs and you try to get it. She's got a sharp beak.
Yeah, she does. If she's sitting on the eggs, I
Yeah.
come back later.
And I saw even the sparrow said Spitzhauben. I think we have one
Oh no. Fajita.
Appenzeller Spitzhauben. Yeah, which is fajita
Right.
with the little hat. And then she had a baby with Norman, who's a frizzle. So it's a little frizzle with black and white feathers and a little poofy hat,
Yeah.
which is cool. And I saw someone said they have mostly Polish. We actually have one Polish. He's a buff, white laced Polish something or other rooster. So he's got a nice
Jeffrey.
coif.
He does. He's
He's a handsome man.
Chickenlandia. I wish you were closer because we would totally share some. I saw you got that one frizzle who's very, very super cute. You know, a little puppy belly interlude.
Beep 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 beep. Sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, we would absolutely mop chicken.
Yeah.
We would absolutely share chickens with,
100%.
with you. But also, I wanted to ask you the other day, and maybe sorry for everybody because this is like totally irrelevant too. But you live in Portland? Is that right? How do you not have the poop soup? Right? Because when it rains here and we get nasty, smelly, even the sparrow, yes, the all black. Washington.
Yeah.
But in my mind it rains there. I don't know if that's true, but we have.
Does it rain there?
Of course, it must, right? Unless it's like high desert, like
No,
where Garden answered.
I think she gets rain. Because we get our runs get kind of
Get
saturated.
muddy, yeah. Poop soup. I know.
Yeah, poop soup. No fun. Pine pellets.
Pine pellets.
And so what? That just absorbs
I'm writing that down.
all the moisture
Sorry,
or
everybody
something?
just got a nice view of my double chin. Pine pellets.
Oh, she's got a video called Mud Hack.
Great.
For anybody who doesn't watch Welcome to Chickenlandia's videos and you have chickens, what
You're
do you
making
do?
a mistake.
You definitely gotta check her out.
Yeah, because we're in the run for most of the time. Hello, Fleetwood Patch. How are you? Thank you for coming. We deal with some mud issues, especially we have the waters in there and they slop some water out, or when somebody is filling it and they like splash it everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway. Plus, then they track the mud into the coop. The coop gets a little more moist than we want it. Anyway.
Eggs get dirty, yada yada. It's
Yeah,
all,
right.
a horrible, terrible.
It's a downward spiral.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We used to have ducks, but they were way too disgusting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I don't know how anyone keeps ducks.
No, I don't know. I have great respect for anybody who can withstand the messiness.
Respect
that is.
/ confusion.
I guess so.
Yeah. Kate has ducks and her setup isn't.
She's got a big property.
She's got a big property.
Yeah. Yeah.
We use pellets too to raise them.
Because usually we have like hay or something that we'll throw down like after a rainstorm, just so they're not walking around in mud. So, have you ever considered
With the electric
rotating?
fencing, yeah. So most of our property by now is set up to be gardens. Maintenance due. Oh jeez.
Oh, good. So,
So we just got a notification from YouTube that they were planning on doing maintenance. And even the sparrow, most of our property is set up to be gardens right now, so we don't have any like big
we don't have any big areas where we could rotationally
rotate
graze
them
them.
through, besides where the alpacas are, but we don't want the chickens to mess up the grass for the alpacas because
Right.
we want the alpacas to be able to.
And we also can't leave them without a
Unsupervised.
roof unsupervised for that long. So like we'll let them out for a few hours on the weekend when we're out there working on it. Or, like,
Robin, that
out
sound,
there.
yeah, it's dogs.
Um,
It's just weird stuff happening.
but we have so many aerial predators around here.
Yeah.
If we just had them in an electric fence, they would not make it.
Yeah,
So-
we live right next to, there's protected land where
Yeah.
this picture is. So it's it's very like wildlife intensive. We can hear like coyotes and stuff. So
Wildlife refuge.
yeah, hello in the garden again. Thank you for coming. So we don't do the electric fencing out
Yeah.
in the wild for that reason.
I think that would be a good.
I take it too personally when chickens get killed by predators.
Yeah.
BLM. I don't know what that is
Yeah, I
other
don't
than
know what
Black
that is
Lives Matter. What is that?
BLM land. Not sure. But anyway, so
different coop setups.
Different coops. Well, yeah. What's your favorite breed of chicken?
Me?
Yeah.
You know, I do really like the girlfriend chickens. How do you say them? Ducelese?
Oh, Belgian Duckle.
Bureau of Land Management. That makes more sense. Somebody should tell them that
Yeah.
they've got their acronyms crossed.
Yeah.
It's causing confusion.
Yeah. So there's a conservation trust called the Reading Land Trust
Right.
where we are, and they buy up land to preserve it for wildlife, and wetlands are big here in
Wetlands, yeah.
Connecticut. So
That's what I was going to say. On that side of our property, they're Duclay.
Duclay.
Yes.
I like Duckle. Belgian Duckles.
Duculi. Yeah, anyway, over there is some wetlands, so I think that's why the Reading Land Trust owns
Right.
that land, because it couldn't be like a building lot because it's wetlands.
Can't build on the wetlands.
Right.
Can't do nothing on the wetlands.
Is Reading part of your land? I've always wondered about this.
So yeah, Reading is we live in Reading.
The name of the town we
The
live
name
in.
of the town
Yeah.
we live in Connecticut. Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite chicken? And you can't say I am Samani's because we don't know any yet.
I do like Norman, who's a mix, but
Mystery Frizzles.
Mystery Frizzles.
What about Silkies?
Silkies are cool. trying to think, I do like fajita, the Appenzeller.
Oh, what about those white crested, the all
Oh,
black
yeah,
chickens with the
White
white?
crested black
What's
Polish
that guy
chickens.
on Instagram?
So like crested chicken or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
something
there's
simple.
this guy on Instagram who has a whole flock of the black chickens with the white floof.
Actually, I think my favorite is, and Chickenlandia, thank you for stopping by, Dahlia. Appreciate it. If you've ever seen like the guy in the Middle East who raises chickens, and it's a chicken
Oh my God,
weighs that weighs like 30 pounds. That's my favorite chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken that can beat up.
Imagine how much food that chicken would eat, though.
But
Oh, even the sparrow, you guys aren't laying eggs right now.
yeah,
Tough times. We have like about 50 chickens, and we're getting like a dozen eggs a day, and we're like, yeah.
yeah.
So
Get back to work, ladies. Anyway, so we're looking at starting our breeding setup, and so
salmon.
salmon,
Finding the puddles. Hello, how are you? Salmon. What was it?
salmon,
Salmon.
faveroles, or something.
I swear I can read.
Faveroles.
I don't know what those are. Maybe I'll write that down too. Do some research when we're done.
Shoot.
Sorry.
So yeah, so we're looking at setting up a couple of different coops, and so we saw was it today's video for Living Traditions?
I think so.
So Living Traditions put up a video I think today, and they have these really nice cool hoop coops.
Hoop coops.
Hoop coops.
It's fun to say.
Hoop coops with cattle panels and then like tarps over it, which I really like because it seems relatively easy to build and possibly transport if needed. So if we're just looking for coops that are just going to hold like 6 or 7 chickens at a time, we're looking at different ways that we can do that. We also there's a sawmill that's really close to us, and we're friends with the guys there who he gets like the top cuts, and he doesn't use those, so we have these big long raw edged
Planks of wood,
planks
yeah.
of wood that we can use to build another coop. If you've ever seen like Roots and Refuge, how they lined their raised beds with the same type of materials.
But they had to pay for that one because they got
Did they?
cedar, and we'll take.
Yeah, we'll take whatever.
Free?
We just get
We
whatever
got
they
it,
got.
yeah.
We have a video where we did a garden fence for free.
Using the same wood.
Using that same wood. And no, I have not seen your trampoline coop. I think we'll have to check that out.
Do you have one, or are you just saying trampoline coops in general?
Well, someone said that, and then
Who has one?
Phoebe Kernzallen.
Oh,
So we'll have to check that out.
I'm gonna have so much homework to do.
And definitely, like, if you call around if you have sawmills in your area, they have a ton of wood that they just burn. Because, like, especially that top, if they're using a bandsaw mill, so it'll take the log, it sits like this, and they'll take a bandsaw and cut off strips like that. They can't use that top cut for anything, or usually also the second one either, because it's a little wavy. and usually they just burn it or give it to people for free. So, my guy there will stack it up over the course of a couple weeks of a bunch of stuff he can't use, and then go over, pick it up, and good to go. So, yeah, we'll have to check out that trampoline coop. That sounds interesting.
And every once in a while, you do see trampolines floating around on, free pages of people
Right.
getting rid of their trampolines. I thought we were going to end up with a trampoline when Joe moved out. I was pretty sure he was going to leave that behind.
Yeah. We also, I think someday I'd like to have one of those playhouse coops where you have, the swing set and, the little treehouse thing.
Oh, yeah. It would be fun to have, a variety of coops. In the garden, again, said that their dogs are hearing the squeaks and going crazy. That's what, whenever we're watching YouTube videos, if there's dogs barking in the background of the other videos, it's so triggering for our dogs.
They lose them.
It's almost there should be a warning. This video has dogs barking in the background, and we have to shut it off. Finding the pebbles, we made a coop. The rubber
out
bands.
back, and this year we added another 6x6 shed. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one of our chicken coops is it used to be a shed. It was like a tool shed, garden shed, and that was the first thing that I think we did here. Or was
you had the Amish
coop
Yeah.
first, so it was the same thing. It was the first maybe we have a chicken math problem.
Yeah, after chicken math happened, we turned that, and then we built the second one.
Heavy Metal Chef, hi, thanks for coming.
Yeah. But I think the goal would also be to make it so that we can both walk in there unencumbered, because we just a couple weekends ago we raised the roof on one of our runs so that we can walk in there standing straight up. That would be a big deal for us. So I'm 6'4", so that's kind of tough. Got to make it tall, but what?
Nothing. I don't know when you say how tall you are. Right?
She likes that I'm tall.
Well, what I was thinking about is how in almost hey careful in almost every video from Madrid. So well, I'm 6'4", so I shouldn't know how tall anyone is on the internet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, Mama Z's, hi. How are you? Thank you for coming.
Only allowed 9 birds in the city you live in, huh? Wow.
I would have a problem.
Yeah, we're lucky in the city that we live in. It's very farm friendly. It's a right to farm town, and so 50 is the max that we're able to have.
And in fact, I don't know if if somebody wanted to get technical with us, because we live in a. Oh my gosh, you just became a grandpa 10 minutes ago. That is
Congrats.
so cool. Congratulations, boy or girl, name. I want to hear about it. That's so cool. But yeah, so the town that we live in is, well, at least the area that we live in is 2-acre zoning, and we're on a non-conforming lot, so it's slightly smaller than that. So I don't know if they were to come and get oh, you can't have 50 chickens, you can have 47. You know what I mean?
Count them.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's what I always say. But that actually is a nice segue into one of the other things that we were going to talk about is with our whole breeding program. And congrats, Heavy Metal Chef.
Oh, Rose, that's such a pretty name.
Hope everybody's happy and healthy.
Hello, Whiskey and Sunshine Off Grid.
So we were looking at doing this breeding program, and that's going to end up putting us over the limit for the number of chickens that we can have.
Unless we were to severely cut back our egg operation.
Which someone is not thrilled about doing.
Do I need another sip of water? Listen, guys, people like our eggs, and when people ask for eggs and we don't have them, I feel like I'm letting people down.
I'm going to take her outside real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna be spinning around in circles. On the couch, which, puppy training. Anyway, so and maybe it's just me, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like when people text John or stop by and they're like, hey, do you have eggs? And we're like, nope, sorry. It's I don't know, I really feel like I'm letting people down. So we were talking about if we want to sell more hatching eggs, or if we want to, do the baby chick thing, then we would lower our number of egg laying chickens, the mixed breeds, compared to, really specific breeds that we would be selling. So, I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to let people down. I don't want to disappoint people.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, so we have to, if we want to have more than 50 chickens on our property. Really nice dog, free. It's a good home. Puppy doesn't bite at all ever.
Definitely not in the head.
No. So in order to have more than 50 chickens, we have to submit a land management plan, and just to basically make sure that we're not going to overwhelm our neighbors with manure stench or flies or any of that sort of stuff. So we have to work with the zoning and
Health department.
the Conservation Commission,
Right.
to make sure that that's all good to go. Geocache family, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So, for the most,
Hello, Farmstead Smith.
Adrian, good to
Thanks
see
for
you.
coming.
Yeah. For the most part, our what are they called? Extension offices are pretty helpful. The zoning and building departments are nice. The lady is nice at the zoning department. So hopefully that all goes through.
And then when we talked to her today, she was like, "Oh, is there a survey on your property?" And then when we gave her our address, she was like, "Oh, it's you guys."
Yeah.
Just like a little, I don't know, embarrassing, flattering.
Yeah.
all
Is
of
that
the
a good
above.
thing or a bad thing? Like, yeah.
like it being like notorious / infamous
Right.
as opposed to
At the zoning department, not a great thing, I'm sure. But
I know, because we got permits to build the greenhouse and permits to build the alpaca barn.
so yeah, so our first interaction with them personally,
was an oops.
was the alpaca barn. So that wasn't an oops. That
Oh.
was more like I'm at your office like every other day trying to make sure that I get this all right. So I'm sure that was a little annoying. And then we posted the videos of building our window greenhouse on our local Facebook page, and then the zoning department director saw the videos and then said, "Hey, you need a permit for that." So then we had to kind of go through, and we it's in the building regulations that any structure under 200 square feet didn't need a permit, and ours was under 200 square feet, so we were under the assumption that
Yeah.
we were okay. But we ended up needing a zoning permit, and it wasn't that big of a deal. We had to do a couple alterations.
We weren't trying to like
Right.
sneak one over on anyone.
It said in the building regulations, under a certain amount, good to go, and that's what we went off of. But
Right.
it ended up being fine. So they just were memorable, I guess. But anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
Peanut butter. Yeah, finding the puddles. It's
But
our-
we're actually lucky.
right. So my mom lives about 30 minutes from us, and her town. When we were going to build her a window greenhouse, if anyone local needs any windows,
Yes.
so she had asked us to build a window greenhouse for her, and we spent like 6 months collecting hundreds of windows. Mom, if you're watching, I'm mad. And then we started talking to the zoning department, kind of assuming that it would be a similar process.
Right.
Oh, in the garden again, Pebbles, but we spend most of our time calling her the little devil.
Yeah. Pequeño Diablo. So we talked to the zoning department in the other town, and before you can even do anything, you have to get an updated survey of the property,
Right.
which costs money. Then you have to apply for a permit, which also costs money. And that's all before you even know if they're going to let you do anything there. So before you do anything, you're already out like $500. Which,
and that's if you have a survey, which my mom does, but we don't have a survey done on our property.
Right.
So it would be like $2,000, which would
Right.
be crazy.
Yeah.
But then the surveyor has to come and mark like the exact location of whatever you're building. Where ours is just like we have sort of the
Yeah.
plot map, and we were like here,
Yeah.
like
so,
Sharpie
yeah.
Gate.
And so what the zoning director in that town said to me was that,
People call their lawyers before they call the zoning department.
right, so how many times you have to get sued or something for,
Right, the pound of flesh, and it's silly because in my mom's town there's much more tax revenue because they have like business centers
Yeah.
and like a downtown.
well, it's a much more highly populated town,
Yeah.
much more wealthy and all that kind of stuff. So,
Oh, to
but-
Fairley Farmer. If he still worked for a survey company nearby, we would definitely be calling you because it seems like everything we want to do, they're like, you need a survey done, and we're like, never mind.
yeah, it's just so expensive.
So expensive. But that's the pound of flesh here, anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you want to talk about the health department guide for
Oh, yeah.
selling eating eggs?
So we were a little hesitant to talk to the health department when it came to selling our eating eggs, just because we thought that they were going to say something about how you can't do it or you need inspections or whatever. But it ended up being pretty straightforward, just as long as the main thing that they were concerned about was the packaging. And so if we're using used cartons, they said to just make sure that you obliterate the old logos, the old expiration dates, like any kind of lot number or anything that would be kind of confusing to the consumer.
USDA thing.
Right. Yeah. Just to make sure there's no confusion, and then just that it needs to be
Hey, Tin Can Gardener, how are you?
in that keeps they said it has to keep the bloom, or that remove all dirt and debris, yada yada, and then it's in a container that's no higher than 45 degrees.
Which
That's all good.
is interesting because when we were last summer, the summer before, when we were gonna go to the how cute. Oh jeez. We were gonna sell eggs at the farmer's market, and we talked to the health department, and one of the rules for selling eggs at a farmer's market is you cannot use recycled packaging.
Yeah.
So because this is like an unmanned end of driveway honor system setup, it's okay to use recycled packaging.
Just as long as we get rid of all that stuff.
Right, which I thought was interesting. It's,
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting that they differentiate that business.
Yeah.
How stinking cute they
This is big progress too, because the big dogs are not really fans of the little dog.
But one of the big dogs.
Well, when we first got her, neither one of them were
Yeah.
really big
Yeah,
fans.
Peanut's come a long way. She's
Yeah.
a good girl.
Yeah.
Along the River Homestead, I wish that, so when we had these two monsters, they're 3 weeks apart in age. So when they were going through their puppy shots, I literally had to take them to the vet
Like
every
every other week.
Monday. No, it was every single Monday for the first, I think, 10 weeks we owned them. So every single week I went to the vet and I brought them both, even though usually it was only one who needed to go, but I would get the weights. But now, little Diablo has only been to the vet that one time. She weighed 15 pounds, but now I'm like,
Yeah, you don't know.
puppy lifts. Ugh, she's so big.
If anybody, if you are looking for a nice dog breed out there, Great Danes are
Highly recommend.
highly
10
recommended.
out of 10.
Yeah, we love them. They are the best.
Anyway, but yeah, I do. I wish I knew how much she weighed, because I do think she's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah. Well, she's probably doubled in size.
You think she weighs 30 pounds?
Maybe. Ow!
Though her
Ow!
here, her puppy breath has faded. Though, if anybody is a
Has it?
yeah, it doesn't smell like puppy breath anymore. Like maybe a touch, but not
Puppy breath.
not too much.
Little devil. Well, yeah, no, Adrian, it's just when they're puppies, she's a little bit annoying.
And you can love and hate, or love to hate.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
oh, love puppy breath. See, it totally is a thing.
No, I'm sure it is a thing. Yeah.
The
I don't get it.
The sawmill guy, the last time he came over, he like the first thing he did was pick up the puppy. Was like puppy breath, which I thought was pretty funny because I absolutely do that too. I used to go to the dog park like a weirdo, and if there were puppies there, I would sniff them. It's like 10 out of 10 weird.
Maybe we should get back on track. Do we have other stuff to talk
Yeah,
about?
we could talk about selling hatching eggs versus
Yeah.
baby chicks versus hens.
Do any of you guys sell chickens? Because we have a lot of chickens, and so I know there's a few of you out there who incubate.
Is Heavy Metal Chef
eggs.
leaving by? Congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. So we have done everything except for selling hatching eggs, because we've been selling eating eggs since we started having chickens. We've sold quite a few baby chicks, and we've sold quite a few laying chickens.
And we weren't necessarily ever planning on selling like our adult hens, but what we found would happen was we would post like, hey, we have baby chicks for sale, and people would be like, you got any hens?
Yeah.
And we'd be like, well, yeah.
Well, because I think we ended up having a lot of baby chicks towards the end of the season.
Oh, with a mess of roosters, Tin Can Gardener said.
Yeah, we had a couple people who took some roosters, but now they're not so fond of them. But
But we found a solution for our roosters.
yes,
There's a farm store like a 30-minute drive from here that'll just take them. So
Yep.
that's good.
I think the last one we brought over there, they said they're going to put in their like
They have
zoo.
like a petting zoo.
Yeah, outside. So that's cool. Well, so that's funny, Adrian, that you say that hatching eggs won't be as lucrative as chicks, but like we're thinking that we'd be able to ship them.
The
So,
hatching eggs.
The hatching eggs. So hopefully we'd be able to broaden
The
our market as opposed to just
Oop,
local people.
Careful.
Because also, especially like this past year, you know, everybody's at home, everybody wants chickens. There was a big chicken year. I'm sure if Welcome to Chickenlandia were still here, she could attest to that. I think she made a bunch of videos this year about, you know, first timers.
First time, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously selling hatching eggs is for a different setup. You know, maybe not a first timer, more experienced
Yeah,
chicken
because a lot
person.
of people don't have an incubator. So if you're going to buy day old chicks, but that was also part of the reason why when we would advertise chicks for sale and people would be like, oh, I want adult hens because they
Right.
don't have a brooder heat lamp. You know, they don't want to deal with medicated crumble, whatever.
Or there would be people who were looking for specific breeds, and also people would look for sexed chicks. You know, so they would want
Right.
hens over roosters when it's like you're gonna get straight run.
Right.
So we'll see. You know, and maybe we'll be able to hatch some eggs and have some baby chicks that are like that specific breed. Because we were talking about also selling I am Samani chicks
Chicks.
locally too. So
A long wait list. Yeah, so Robin, when we were like decided like yes we want to get I am Samani chickens, we were the range of like prices and availability. A lot of places they were doing wait lists for them, but we were lucky to find some place that like had them and would send them to us right away. So
yeah,
but I definitely know that wait lists happen.
right.
So meat birds. And I saw somebody else said something about
Yeah, so no, we don't vaccinate for fowl pox. I actually haven't heard of that. I think when we sell baby chicks going forward, we will probably vaccinate for Merrick's. But yeah,
and what did BB Kernsel? How many did we get? We got 18 I am Samani hatching eggs, and 17 of them got
Were
to
viable, yeah.
got to the day 10 candling. So hopefully we'll have 17.
and we'll probably end up with half roosters. But then you know, we should be able to either sell them or
Yeah,
rehome them.
I think if you're thinking about adding a rooster to your flock, I think an I am Samani rooster would be a cool one to have.
Why not add a black metal rooster?
Right, exactly. But so one thing about them though, which I'm going to be interested to see, the genetics of the all black is like an unstable genetics.
Right, it's a mutation that's not necessarily.
How many middle finger emojis could we get in the chat
Oh, and
right
in,
now?
in the garden again, we have ordered from Murray McMurray
Oh yeah.
many times.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend it. Actually, like two of our favorite chickens that are like named are Murray McMurray does like the free meal maker, I think, right? That's them. So if you order a set of chickens, they'll also toss in like a free random one. And fajita are Appenzeller,
Appenzeller Spitzhauben,
and then Egypt are
Egyptian Fayumi.
Those were both free chicks, and they're
Right.
like some of our favorite chickens.
Were those from Murray McMurray, or was that Meyer?
I think it was Murray.
We
McMurray.
always get those confused, but we've ordered from both places and have had success from both. Like nothing crazy out of the ordinary. It's all been. We haven't had any
Right.
real.
We've never
problems
had a
with-
bad experience
Yeah.
with ordering chicks by mail, though obviously we see bad experiences happen,
Yeah.
you know, like where people get boxes
Yeah.
that have been in the mail too long, but that's not necessarily like the hatchery's
Right.
fault, you know?
And we actually have a video on when we picked up chicks from the post office. They do pretty well out here. You know, every once in a while you may lose one, but you know, when chicks are born, they have enough so that they can sustain themselves for hopefully 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, the truth.
As long as it's not too cold, they should be just fine.
But if it is cold, they'll put in what, like, you know, the
Like a
hand
little heater,
warmers,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, we've had good luck with that. So I would say if you're thinking about it, you know, give it a shot. They are reputable.
Oh,
Just burped right in my
Just
face.
burped.
How rude.
You're a sweet girl.
Here you go. Lie down.
Of chicken my folks got. No, not talking to us. And
Tackle
I
action.
saw somebody say that they have terrible hatch rates. I don't know if that was about the I am Samanis, but we were talking about the unstable genetics of
yeah,
those 17 chickens. I'm really interested to see how many will come out
All black.
all black. Yeah, because
Because did we order? Was it pet quality or was that with the chicks?
that was with a different
Yeah.
person.
So we had the option of buying day-old I am Samani chicks, and you could basically get either like show quality where it's like the most black, or pet quality where there are some white laced in there. So
They call it like bleed through or something,
Yeah.
where like non-black just sneaks its way in.
so it'll be interesting to see, like Kat said, what we'll end up with.
Because White House on the Hill did that video where they hatched out some I am Samanis, and some came out with so much bleed through that they looked like barred rocks.
Wow.
So I'm interested to see, because if we end up with a bunch of I am Samanis that look like barred rocks, it's like,
Yeah. Probably won't do that. So we have a puppy on the coffee table right now. So just
this little monster. Here, sorry if I make you motion sick. Look at this little devil.
it's a coffee table.
Ugh, she's such a little devil. Okay, can you take her? Come on, Diablo.
I think she just wants to lie down on that blanket.
Well, I can put the blanket on the couch for her. Oh, it will go away. That's interesting, because I've heard that even if they're born with all black, that the white can like come
Come through
through
after.
for months after. So it's interesting that it can also happen the
The
other
opposite,
way.
yeah.
Really, I mean, this breed seems like it's going to be an interesting little
Yeah.
adventure.
I think it'll be cool.
And that's why with the, hatching, breeding, whatever operation, I think it would be wise to do more than one breed as a breeder. That way, if something goes crazy with the I am Samanis.
Yeah, I think we're on board for that.
Yeah.
We're not just doing the Iams Manis.
So on the polls that we took with the different, whoever's, what's your favorite breed of chickens? Post it below. No videos. Just kidding. Yeah, Robin will be videoing for sure.
Yeah.
So with the posts that we made saying, what's your favorite breed of chicken? The number one most favorited chicken breed was Silkies.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we're thinking of doing that. We have a few Silkies now. But I think we only,
It's okay,
I think
Peanut.
we have one mixed rooster, and then we have one gray Silky and two whites. So I'm not sure how those genetics work, if we need, if we're going to get a white rooster or what, or...
But we were looking on mypetchicken.com, and they have some silked Easter eggers. So they have the feathers of Silkies, but they lay the Easter egger color, which sounded pretty choice to me. But
Yeah.
they were expensive, like $22 a chick.
No.
So if we were, can you just throw up and scream over that price? like $22 a chick if we were gonna buy 10 chickens.
Well, I think that was straight run. I think it was, and then it was like $12 for a male, and then like $28 for a hen. So.
They would change their vote if
Right,
they-
yeah.
So one person out of, I think we got like 47 votes. One person voted for I am Samanis, but
Yeah.
we're just assuming that like once people see them or are offered them, like maybe they don't even know about them, because like Murray McMurray and Meyer and places like this, they don't offer I am Samanis, because these chickens, they only lay like 160 eggs a year, so these are
Well,
not.
I think it's less than that, because that's even still like every other day. But I think there's also a lot of myths out there, because there's you'll probably see
Sorry, that was our
Yeah.
ring notification.
there's like memes on the internet where it's like they're all black and then they lay black eggs, which is not true. So maybe people think they're a myth or whatever. But like we were looking for chicks and eggs, and there's a bunch of places in Connecticut that had them, but they were sold out. So like there's definitely a demand for them.
And we're going to create demand for them because if you haven't heard of them, and then we're going to talk about them, and you're going to Google them, and you're going to be like, those are cool looking chickens, and I want them. Oh, sorry, puppy's back on the coffee table and bumping our janky setup.
Can you mind your business, please?
What color are the eggs? They're like a light beige.
Yeah, nothing
the
special.
Lightest brown, and they're a little bit small, so another reason why. Okay, puppy.
She's fine.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a puppy cameraman right now.
It's like, should I sneeze? It's like the sneeze shake. Taking her off the coffee table. Puppy, you're bad. I'm off the coffee table.
But would 100% vote for getting Great Danes. They are great dogs. Even though they're monsters when they're little kids. Will you stop biting her in the face, please? Anyway.
But the last time we had Great Dane puppies, we had 2 of them. So when they wanted to...
They could bug each other instead of us.
Exactly, yes. And like, how like Pepper just like can't stand it. Like there was nobody who was so bothered by the... Oh my goodness.
So for those of you who don't know, we have 2 of the big dogs. This is Peanut, the black one right here, and then we have a big one who's Pepper. She weighs 160 pounds. She's upstairs in the bed pouting, which is what she does, most of the days now because of the puppy.
And soon she'll come to the top of the stairs and just yell at us until we go to bed. She's like, guys, it is bedtime. Yeah. I'm ready for some snuggles. Yeah. But other than that, she's basically staying upstairs waiting for the puppy to grow up.
And they do okay when they're outside and they're playing, but in the small spaces, Pepper gets annoyed with her pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, but she's a special kind of dog.
Pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Pepper is YouTube famous. Just like a walk by.
BB Kearns has a video about I Am Somebody chickens too, so we should check that out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We'll do some binge watching later.
Yeah. So that's our plan.
List of things that we wrote down to talk about. So we could pop topics. Ouch.
Pop topics.
And that's what Jen Loves Reviews calls it. When she goes live, she'll have like things that she wants to talk about, and then she lets the community decide.
Anybody else watch makeup YouTubers like my wife does?
I'm sure not. Well, I mean, maybe I'm not sure because there's millions and millions of people who are subscribed to these people. So.
Millions and millions.
Millions and millions. Yeah. But anyway, so it's been 53 minutes, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any... Oh, somebody's leaving in the garden again. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. If anybody has any questions or anything that they want to talk about for the next 7 minutes.
Yeah, otherwise I think we're going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Well, we can give it the 7 minutes.
Give it the 7 minutes.
Give it the 7, unless everybody just leaves because we're out of things to talk about. Then we'll just wrap it up now.
We can just talk about Peanut.
Is even the sparrow still here? How are your guys' dogs?
Yeah.
When was the last egg you got? How was your hot sauce? I want to know about it all.
Made any more cheese recently?
I have all kinds of chickens, but the I Am Somalis are the best. So.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
What was the last line? I couldn't read it.
They love our channel.
Oh, thank you so much. As I just like couldn't read it before it disappeared. I'm a slow reader. So I don't know. I'm interested to see
how they'll come out.
How they come out.
Yeah.
Because we also, we bought them from a farm that we like. Copper Kettle, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. We got these eggs from a farm that we don't necessarily know. It's not like we bought them from a huge hatchery that we're very familiar with.
Right, like as much as we like Murray McMurray and Meyer Hatchery, it was nice to get them from a small farm. They weren't local to us, but
they were surprisingly affordable.
Right.
Which is you shouldn't bargain hunt in tattoos or I Am Somali chicks.
Well, I guess we'll find out if you can bargain.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well, bargain hunt being a relative term, it's not like they were cheap.
Well, so maybe you could tell us what the going rate for I Am Somali hatching eggs that you've found is, but these were $6 an egg, which like again it's not, but they sent us, we paid for 12 and they sent us 18.
Yeah. So what I've read on is a lot of good.
Hatching egg suppliers.
Right. They'll throw in extra
few
eggs
extra.
to make sure that you have a good hatching
Right.
rate, which makes sense. So what Roots and Dreams Farm was the one we got the Easter
first.
egg or olive eggs from. Yeah, when we incubated them.
We didn't get olive eggers. We got like Wells Summers and I forget
When
what
we won the
else.
contest?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
but anyway,
But yeah.
we had an incubator failure. And
Yeah.
actually, we had an incubator failure this time too. Our incubator accidentally got unplugged overnight. So
It wasn't overnight.
it wasn't.
It could have only been a couple minutes. Positive.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh, thank you so much for coming, Field
Yeah.
Family Farm. Appreciate you coming. So, what do we got? 5 people watching 5 minutes. Would anyone be offended if we wrapped it here? Probably not, right?
Probably not. I think we'll wrap it up here. But thank you guys for sticking around. Appreciate it. Chatting Chickens. If you have
Chatting Chickens.
Chatting Chickens.
That's what we could.
Chatting Chickens.
Found your guys' channel today from Alpaca Videos and subscribe. Thank you
That's
so
great.
much.
Yeah, we found that actually our alpaca videos are doing quite well.
YouTube is sprinkling the algorithm. Just actually, since you're here with us live, were you searching for alpaca videos or did it suggest it to you?
I'd be interested to see how you came upon
How
us.
exactly did this happen? You're
Searching for alpacas?
yeah.
That's cool.
Are you getting alpacas? Do you have alpacas?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Tell us.
You're gonna get boys, girls? How many? Do you have a barn?
That was a lot of questions.
I know. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I like alpacas, and I
Uh-huh.
like people who have alpacas.
So we're going to be putting out a lot more alpaca videos coming out soon. But if there's anything you have questions about specifically, I'd be happy to address it.
Yeah, and
in
you
another
should
video.
comment them to us because
Yeah.
that'll give us ideas. Like
Yeah.
if there's a big knowledge gap somewhere.
Right.
Searching.
That'd be
Depends if we get the house we're looking to buy.
Ah,
Oh,
cool.
congratulations. I love house shopping. It's like such a weird thing to love to shop for. We looked last week
The
at
week before?
at a property.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate it. Oh no. I love it. If you want to send me in your place,
Yeah.
just tell me your wish list and I'll
Right.
go for
Yeah.
you. But we just looked the other day at a property in the same town that we're in now, but with 10 acres, and we're on 2. So
Yeah.
it can be stressful, but I don't know. It's only stressful if like
See, Catherine looks at it in like the idealized, like, oh, look at how awesome this is. And I'm more of the like, look at all the
Practical.
money and like, how are we
Like
going to
all the work
afford
it
this? And like,
needs.
look at all the fencing I'm going to have to put in and the barns and the.
yeah.
But I have come around a little bit since looking at that one property. It was like two lots, and one of them was like 3 acres, the other was 7, and it was a little bit rough and rugged on the land, but it had a lot of opportunity, but
A lot
it
of
was
potential.
really expensive.
Really expensive
So
and overpriced, we think. So.
yeah, we really like where we live, but it is quite expensive. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, so good luck with your
Yeah.
house hunt. Good luck with your alpaca search.
And if you have any questions, you can hit us up on
Yeah.
Instagram at Old Renning Farm. You can send me an email at oldrenningfarm@gmail.com. We would be happy to help.
Hi, goodness, and everybody, you're catching us just at the very
Yeah,
tail end. We've been
sorry
live
about
for
that.
an hour.
Yeah.
So,
So we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys very much for joining us and chatting chickens, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
night. Thank you.